सुब्रह्मण्यम हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यम
शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यम हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यम 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 षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यम 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 साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यम ओम शिव 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 सुब्रह्मण्यम हर 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 सुब्रह्मण्यम शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यम हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यम शिव शरवण भव सुब्रह्मण्यम गुरु शरवण भव सुब्रह्मण्यम शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यम हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यम शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यम हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यम ओम सुब्रह्मण्यम सुब्रह्मण्यम षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यम 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 षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यम 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 साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यम ओम ओम सुब्रह्मण्यम स्वामीनाथ साई करुणा सिंधु पाहि पळनी गिरिवासा पार्वती नंदन प्रणवाकारा शिव सुब्रह्मण्य प्रणवाकारा शिव सुब्रह्मण्य प्रणवाकारा शिव सुब्रह्मण्य प्रणवाकारा शिव सुब्रह्मण्य कंदा कुमरा वल्ली नायक कंदा कुमरा वल्ली नायक स्वामीनाथ साई करुणा सिंधु साई पळनी गिरिवासा पार्वती नंदन गिरिवासा पार्वती नंदन प्रणवाकारा शिव सुब्रह्मण्य प्रणवाकारा शिव सुब्रह्मण्य कंदा कुमरा वल्ली नायक कंदा कुमरा वल्ली नायक कंदा कुमरा वल्ली नायक कंदा कुमरा वल्ली नायक दीन जनावन परती नायक दीन जनावन परती नायक दीन जनावन परती नायक दीन जनावन परती नायक बोल वेल वेल मुर्गा बड़ी वेल मुर्गा जय जय मुर्गा शक्ति वेल मुर्गा वेल वेल मुर्गा वेट्री वेल मुर्गा वेल वेल
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Saram, Swami's message only through love. All worldly attachments are not real love. They are transient. Everlasting, pure love arises from the heart. In fact, it's ever-existing and all-pervading. How is it that man is unable to recognize such all-pervading love? It is because man's heart today has become barren and polluted. The heart is filled with all kinds of desires, and there is no room in it for pure, unsullied love to enter. It is only when worldly attachments are expelled from the heart that there will be room for real love to abide in it and grow. Sairam. Sairam, we have one announcement today. Shortly we will have a talk by an esteemed guest speaker, Aunty Rani Java. Aunty Rani was blessed to have countless physical encounters with Bhagawan as well as Mother Easwaramma. This is a wonderful opportunity to hear her experiences with Swami. All are welcome to stay. Jai Sai Ram. Ms. Rani Java, who was born and brought up in Mumbai, presently resides in Whitefield, Bangalore. She first came to Swami in 1959 when she was just 4 years old. Ms. Java belongs to an illustrious family of Sai devotees who are blessed to have a rich and long association with Swami since late 1950s. Divine Mother Easwaramma stayed with her family during Swami's only foreign trip to East Africa. The popular Joy ice cream, realized by everyone visiting Prashanthi Nilayam, was founded by her father, Sri Lakshman Java, in Mumbai. Her father was also responsible to oversee construction of Dharmakshetra during 1967 to 68. The bakery at Prashanthi Nilayam was started by her grandmother, Srimati Gargi Devi. On the professional front, Ms. Java's career focused on management consultancy and administration. Ms. Java is a postgraduate in commerce with diploma in systems management from JBIM, Mumbai. Besides India, Ms. Java is a sought-after speaker for sharing her rare experiences across several countries, namely Germany, Austria, France, Italy, Switzerland, and Indonesia. Carol.
My humble pranams to Bhagwan Baba, respected elders, sisters and brothers of the Sai family. I am very happy to be here today in such a beautiful place. I am very fond of visiting the temples, and I have spent my major of my time in life seeing all the famous temples of India. I have been to all the pilgrims, and today being here is giving me so much of happiness. Like I feel I am back home because I stay in Prashanthi Nilayam, seeing the samadhi, seeing the mandiram. I'm so happy. I don't know what words to say to thank you all for giving me this opportunity to come here and speak to all of you all. I don't know how many of you all have heard about my talks and all that, but I'll just give a small starting to where I say how I came to meet Swami. I was 4 years when I was struck by polio paralysis. It so happened that Swami had come to my uncle's house. that was at Malabar Hill. That was Swami's first visit to Mumbai in 1959. And I was like, this was the same like the hall, and Swami was sitting here, and I was sitting in that corner over there. So the first eye to eye contact was at that moment. And I felt something. I felt, yes, I have some connection with him. And Swami sitting on the chair was going on looking at me, and because I could not move, I had polio paralysis, both of them. So he was just looking at me. And I was so blessed having seen Swami. My father wanted me to get a surgery done so that my body is saved, and only one part of my body is, I'm handicapped by one side. So he had called for doctors from Switzerland to get me operated. As a child, it seems, because I cannot say it's my words, my parents told me that I was saying that I want to go to Guru Baba, because as a child I should call him Guru Baba. So I want to go to Guru Baba and take his blessings and permission. We had a very good cook who was carrying me all the time since I could not move around. We went to Puttaparthi. Those days Puttaparthi was a very tedious journey. We had to take the broad gauge from Mumbai and get down at Guntakal station, then take the meter gauge and get down at Bukkapatnam. From Bukkapatnam, we had to take the bullock cart and go. There was no roadable road that time, so we had to go through with the bullock cart. We reached Puttaparthi, and those days there were no rooms to stay. It was in the open, under the tree, you take shade and you sleep. So when Swami used to go every day to Chitravati river, and he used to talk to the devotees, because it was not like in the interview room, it was at Chitravati. When Swami went to Chitravati, we went there to have his darshan. My cook, I am very, very grateful to him, because if it was not for him, today I don't know where I would have been. He took me and he threw me on Swami's feet. So Swami said, "What is this? Why have you done this? She's a child. She can die at my feet." He was such a learned soul. He said, "Swami, let her die at your feet, because she's not capable of doing anything." So because I felt so badly at his feet, I was crying. Swami immediately took me. He materialized 2 sweets from the sand and he gave me. I still do preserve the sweet papers, because that's a memory, my first memory encounter like with Swami. You will not believe, he held me, he carried me that time, and from that time till today, he is holding my hand. He has not left my hand even today. And I'm very, very happy that today, whatever it is, I am able to move. Actually, I was moving. It's just that I shifted to Prashanti Nilayam in 2018. And like, as you say, a welcome, Swami gives you a welcome. He gave me a welcome in 3 days by falling. So I damaged both my knee ligaments. Then again I had a fall. I broke my ankle, and that ankle was broken once earlier when I was 40. Then again I fell down the 3rd time. So this is the result of the 3 falls. But I'm very glad that he gave me the courage to move out of India and come on my trip, because this was his plan. And I thought that I would, because the doctors in Prashanti Nilayam had given up. They said that now you have to accept the fact, Rani, that you will never be walking again. So I felt very bad that I would not be able to walk again. So I took up courage. My sister and all said, "Why are you going?" I said, "You don't worry, I will go. But because of the new place, I am taking the help of the wheelchair." And it was in 2000 that Swami told me that you use the wheelchair at the Heathrow airport, because the Heathrow airport is very large. So the idea of the wheelchair came through Swami, and I never knew that one day I'll be literally using it. Because of the falls and everything, my right leg, and after Swami Samadhi, my right leg, the strength went away. It was like he was supporting me all the time. Now I can't sit on the floor. I sit only on the chair in Prashanti Nilayam. So I feel that the weakness, that it is gone. But then too, I have not given up. I have come out. I have been here 12 days. Tomorrow I am leaving London and I'm going to the USA. And I have traveled all alone from India without any help. because Swami told me, you don't need help. You get the wheelchair, you have assistance and all that. And then I'll be in Chicago for till November, I'll be there. So I just thought, unless and until I don't, they say throw the child in the water, he will learn to swim. So I thought, unless and until I don't get into the world on a trip, I don't think I'll be able to walk. And you all will be surprised, with this leg in this state, I have traveled more than 85% of the world. And this is all thanks to Swami, because he made my first itinerary for 90 days. So I followed the same itinerary. And it was like the first time the itinerary was, I came as an ambassador for saving London and all the places when the 2000 world was supposed to sink. So Swami that time decided that I have to go to Switzerland, go to London, go to New York, go to Canada, go to all these places. So I said, Swami, can someone accompany me? He said, no, I am there with you. And literally the seat next to me in the aircraft was empty, and Swami was there with me. This is 1999. And like I was a bit worried and scared, and I didn't know the devotees whose house Swami asked me to stay. I said, Swami, I don't know them. How can I stay? He says, don't worry, I have arranged everything, you go. When my father is a voracious reader, when he read the dates which saw, and he has changed my itinerary nearly 9 to 10 times. So when my father saw the final itinerary, he said, Swami, this is the predictions Nostradamus has given for the world to sing. Why my daughter? So Swami said, no, she's going as my ambassador, you don't worry. I'm there with her. And all of you all over here had done a lot of pujas and everything. A lot of Gayatri home was done in India and everywhere. So Swami said, all my devotees have been praying, and a lot of homas have been done. So I want her to go to all these places. I was really like, when I came to know that this is a thing, I was a bit scared, but then I knew Swami was there with me. So my first visit to London was in 99 that time. I never thought that I would come back again to, London, because I was always traveling via Switzerland, and I was going more to Europe, and I was giving my talks in Europe. So this is how I came to Swami. And then after all, it was after that, right from childhood till I grew up and till now, I will not say that, I won't say there's a full stop. Every time there's a semicolon, and then it starts again going on. Like each stage of my life, a semicolon comes, then it starts moving on. And even now till date, he's still holding my hand and making me walk through. As a kid, I spent most of my time in Vrindavan, because Prashanti Nilayam was being renovated. So once Swami was showing us Shivratri film in Whitefield, and I started getting nausea. So Swami told them, stop the film, and I got up and I went out, and Swami followed me. So Swami said, what happened? I said, Swami, I couldn't take it, the crowd, because the crowd was so much, and Swami having the manifestation of the Shivling. He's saying, that is why I'm telling you not to come to Parthi. When the time is right, I will take you. But now I know, but I was small, I was very small. So he made me come every time to Whitefield, in Vrindavan. Another thing which I wanted to tell you was, I forgot a part of my life. When I was small, all have come to Prashanti Nilayam. Okay, I assume and I presume everyone has come. On the right-hand side, left-hand side is Swami's interview room. Right-hand side on the first floor was Swami's dining room. So we used to climb up to the ladies were allowed to climb up to the dining room. So we used to go to the dining room, and then Swami used to tell all the children to go down. I can't walk properly, so he asked me to wait. Then he used to feed me, and he used to apply vibhuti on my leg. When I became all right, when my father came to thank Swami, Swami said, I told you, Java, don't worry. She was my devotee in Shirdi Sai. I wanted her back again, so that is why I have given her this illness, but she will always walk. And mind you, I never use, for drive. I have taken my license, but I didn't drive. because I have to put a sticker behind, I'm handicapped. So I never said I'm handicapped. Never ever said I'm handicapped. I used to always think I'm perfectly all right, nothing is wrong with me. Now I have no option, and anyhow I'm 68 years now. So I have no option but to accept the fact that yes, this happens with age. But I have not given up. I'm sure by the time I reach on November 14th to uh, Prashanti Nilayam back again, I don't think this chair will be there with me. I'll be walking and going for darshan and everything. I'm confident. Because when I was small, Swami just taught me one word. He said, Swami used to call me Pakoda. He said, Pakoda, there is no word as impossible. Through that I am, everything is possible. So I want all of you all to remember this. There's nothing impossible. Everything is possible. It's just the mind. Be positive. Have positive thinking. If I wanted, I could have accepted what the doctor said, that I would never walk in life again. But today I feel very proud. Oh, I've come to London. I came alone by flight and I have done so much, and I'm now going tomorrow to the USA. So I'm proud of it that I managed to do it even at this age. I did not give up. So even I want you all not to ever give up in life. Don't think because I'm Swami's child, I had no problems. Well, I had. These problems which we have in life is due to our last birth. So just surrender yourself to Swami. He will give you the strength to go through it. You always pray to him that Swami, please give me the strength to go. And you walk beside me. Just walk beside me and he will see you through all the problems. Because life is not all a rose. Always remember, a rose has thorns. To reach the rose, you have to hold the stem, and the stem has thorns. It's how you maneuver and don't press against the thorn. Same way, you have to maneuver your movements in life. And the most important thing in life is please remain positive. Always remain positive. The worst of worst situation, remain positive. Nothing is impossible. Don't have negativity. If you find someone has negative thoughts or anything, avoid. Just avoid negativity. If you always see that you are surrounded in positivity, I can guarantee you a nice, smooth sailing life. Of course, everyone thinks I have a smooth sailing life. I do have, but whatever it is, if it's the bad time or the good time, I always say, partner, I call him my friend, because Swami, when I was small, he didn't allow me to keep any friends in school. He said, that girl is not good, that one is not good, that one is not good. Then I said, with whom will I have a friendship? Even neighbor, I could not have a friendship. I'm there now, I'm your friend. So I always say, friend, I need you, I need your help. And even like a small thing, like when I'm carrying a bag, and the bag is heavy for me to walk with the bag, then I immediately say, friend, you're there, no? So I automatically find the bag light. Like yesterday, it's just an incident yesterday. My host's car is a bit high. So we both were going, and I told her that she said, how will we enter? The payment is not free for me to park the car, so you can enter. I just closed my eyes. I told her that your car has come down and I will get into the car. Only you help me. And I got into the car. Because I just closed my eyes and I prayed. I said, Swami, the payment is all full and the car cannot go out where there's a payment, and I have a step to climb into the car. Immediately I could see that the car had come down, and like even her husband was shocked that how did I enter the car without any support. It's just you pray to Swami, he will, in a jiffy he'll help you. And you will never realize that he has helped you. Absolutely you won't realize. I can tell you this because he has come to my help so many times, and my choke is very bad. So tubeless works very late, that it is, oh, who else can it be? It can be only Swami. So we all have that. It's very, very natural. Don't think it's unnatural. But 100% surrender. When Swami gave me moksha, on that day he said just two things. He said, surrender is 100%. If you say, I have 99% surrender, 1%, I am a little bit fickle-minded. I just have a doubt in my mind. Because we all have doubts, plenty of doubts in our mind. Swami said 99% is 0%. It's only 100% which is surrender, 99 is 0%. So please have 100% surrender. We all have been to Shirdi and we all know that what are the two words at the side of Shirdi Baba? Saburi and Shraddha. So remember these two words. These two words are the most important, because there are so many, we all have problems in life. There will be the son's problem, it will be this problem, it will be children's school going problem. But just think of these words and you will cross over it. You will never be agitated. I get agitated. I won't say I'm perfect. I do get agitated. I was agitated today also. But what happens, but then after that it took me some time to cool down. So agitation we all in life is very natural. It's very, very natural. Now I was very prone to go to the Himalayas. I was very fond of going to the Himalayas because I felt that I was one with creation. Since I told you I've been to all the pilgrimage centers. This leg has taken me to Kailash Mansarovar. It has taken me to Vaishnu Devi. It has taken me to Amarnath. It has taken me to Patal Bhubaneswar. I've done everything with this. But yes, I was that time working. I was young. I could afford to pay for the doli. I used to sit in the doli. People used to laugh. They used to wonder, because I've been wearing saris from childhood. Because though I am actually a Sindhi, but I've been brought up by Swamy. So it's like, I was wearing the blouse and the pavda. After pavda, it was the half sari. And after half sari, it was Swamy's college opening. And he had distributed gifts to everyone for the occasion. But he did not give to Easwaramma and to me. To both of us, he did not give us any sari. So we decided to boycott and not go for the function. So we sat down in our clothes. Swamy came. Why are you not ready? We said, Swamy, you didn't give us clothes. How can we come? So he got angry. He says, I'm waiting for the, to go, and I want you all to be dressed immediately. So he shouted to Amma, you go in and take out one of your saris. And Swamy had that time come from, some years earlier, he had come from Africa. So he immediately called Chittama and said, Chittama, you give one of your saris to Rani. And on top of my pavda only, she tied the sari for me. So that was the first sari I wore. And all through life, I've always been in a sari. So I always felt like, sari was my second, it was my dress. The only time I used to wear salwar kameez is like I told Swamy, before we never left without Swamy's permission. Swamy was very strict on that part of it. So as the rush increased and all, it's difficult. Every time you go, you can't say, Swamy, I have to go. So I said, Swamy, we do a sign language. The day I wear salwar kameez, it means I have come into Prashanti Nilayam. So you know I have come on that day. The day I am leaving, I'll wear again a salwar kameez. So you know I am leaving, come and give me namaskar. So he used to do that. When he used to see me salwar kameez, he used to come and say, I had a fixed place to sit. Swamy had given me a fixed place to sit. So he used to say, हाँ, pakoda aa gaya? I said, हाँ, Swamy aa gaya. The day when I had to go, in between I never got up because we had the sign language. We never had to, express or speak or say anything. By sign only we could talk through the eyes and tell each other what we wanted. He immediately, when going, he'd say, Pakoda, take namaskar, because he saw me in the salwar kameez, so he knew I'm going to proceed to Bangalore and go to Bombay. I stayed for 40 years in Mumbai, and then 25 years I stayed in Bangalore, and now I'm staying in Prashanti Nilayam from 2018. So, you have to take God as your friend. And I'll be very honest with you, I never knew he was God. I never ever knew he was God. For me, he was my friend. So, when Swamy comes, we all stand with our hands joined and all. But I was always like this. So my father used to say, keep your hand down, do namaskar. I said, why? For what reason? He's my friend. For friend, anyone does what like this? We do like this only. So then after that, Swamy says, see, Java, don't tell her anything. She thinks she's Vivekanand because she's very fond of Vivekanand. And why is she fond of Vivekanand? Because she shares the same birthday as Ramakrishna Paramahansa, so that is why she thinks she is Vivekanand. And I'm very fond of Vivekanand, really very fond. Two people I hero worship. One was Vivekanand in the male side, and from the women's side it was Easwaramma. Easwaramma because I lived with her and I saw how she was managing everything. The complete family she was managing. Everything. Now we say Swami is God. Do you think he should be scared of his mother? But he was. Because he obeyed everything what his mother said. He never went against her wishes. So I learned that lesson, that you have to learn to respect your parents. And that is why I have not lived with my biological parents. I have lived with Swami, Amma and his family, not with my family. So when Swami told me in 1990, he said, Rani, you have done a lot of seva for me. Now you go to your family, take care of Mr. Java, take care of Mrs. Java. So it was a bit difficult at that age, because by then, you say 1995, by then I was 40 years. At the age of 40 years, it was so difficult for me to be closer to my parents. And both my parents died in my hands only, in my house. So this is the way Swami told me to shift from, go towards my parents. Otherwise, it was only with Swami. And we used to play, he used to show shadow work on the wall, birds, everything. We used to do a lot of time pass. You all will be surprised at Vrindavan, he used to tell me to take care of the monkeys, don't disturb him while he's sleeping. So I used to sit outside his room on the staircase and with a stick in my hand and drive away the monkeys. One thing I learned from Swami was an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So never keep your mind idle. Always see that you're occupied. You all will be surprised at this age of 68, having glaucoma, having cataract, everything. I'm still able to put in 6 hours of service for Swami on the education field in Vidya Vahini. The doctors tell me, how do you manage? I said, I don't know how do I manage. They have given me a writer who's from Singapore. So I speak and she writes. And I'm managing everything. I've gone into all the aspects. I'm doing the Diksha platform. I'm doing the Phone Your Friend, teaching English to the rural teachers. Now I'm in inclusive education. So I'm doing everything because I don't want to remain idle. Otherwise, life in Parthi being idle is very difficult, very, very difficult. So, and I always have that thought in my mind that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Since my parents used to not be with us when we were in Vrindavan, they used to be in Mumbai, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday evening after school, my daddy used to put us in the flight, Swami used to receive us. Monday morning, Swami used to parcel us in the flight and daddy used to receive us. So it was like the long weekend, and when there was a long weekend, we had more time. My brother and myself, we stayed with Swami. So, being brought up by Swami is completely different. Like if you ask me what do you like to eat, I'll say rasam rice. I still, because Swami just put it into you that if you get rasam rice and some podi, it's more than enough. You don't need sabzi at all. Just put podi on the rice and put rasam and have it. I'm very, very happy. If you ask me what do you want for breakfast, I'll say dosa. And once in a way idli, because idli I'm not taking so often because idli is pure, what you can say, carbohydrates, is full of rice and all. But dosa, you put a lot of water and you dilute the atta, so it is fine. So I have gone more towards the south, and I'm proud of it. Though I'm not a South Indian, I'm very proud to have all South Indian habits and all that, because the Lord has brought me up, so I'm very happy with it, with his upbringing. His upbringing has been very, very strict, very disciplined. I am too disciplined because Swami himself, when my father passed away, I sent a telegram and I said, Swami, Java has merged in your feet. What do I do now? So he said, you bring his bones and ashes to Prashanti Nilayam. So I said, okay. I brought the bones and ashes to Prashanti Nilayam. He said, in Chitravati there is no water, but I have made arrangements. They will put buckets of water, and next to my brother, that is Ratnaka's father, Janki Ram uncle, next to him we put his bones and ashes. So I said, okay. So Chakravarti uncle asked me that Swami has said that after you finish the puja and everything, to come and sit outside the interview room, he's going to call you. I said, no, not possible. So he said, what happened? I said, no, I have got a Telugu bhaji for doing my father's last rites. And he's so particular, he did not allow me. I have a flat inside. I said, he didn't allow me to go to my flat to visit the washroom. I had to go to Asha Pandit's house I had to go to knock at my friend's door and tell her that I need to go to the washroom. So even she was wondering that why Rani has knocked on my door. So I told her, Asha, no, I have my flat keys, but then I told her daddy has passed away and I've come with the bones. She said, oh, come in and go to the washroom. So Swami told Chakravarti uncle, Rani is very ritualistic. She will say no. I said, if I can't go to the washroom, how can I come to the temple? Because we are supposed to be impure. During that period, we are supposed to be impure. So I said, no, I will not come. So Swami said, ask her when she'll come again. I said, I have kept the Garud Puran, it will get over. And the South Indian way is just 11 days. Like in North Indian, we have 13 days. So I said that we have it, and I closed the house on the 12th day. 13th day, I will arrive over here in Prashanti Nilayam, bringing my mother to Puttaparthi. Swami said, okay. And Chakravarti uncle said, it's okay. Swami said, you will not listen, you will not wait at the interview room, so you can proceed. I said, even if Swami said to wait, I could not wait, because the Bhaji told me my nephew was doing all the last rites, so he has to eat his food before the sun sets. So I said, I have to go, there is no way. Even you tell Swami, I can't even wait for his darshan. I have to leave because this boy has to have his dinner. So he said, it's no problem, you leave. I left. Means I was, even with Swami, though I know he's God, I was very much of a discipline. No means no, it's a ritual, I'll follow it to the last word. So Swami calls me very ritualistic, but I was made that way. And why? I was made by him only. I said, you are the molder of my life, so you have made me like this, so I am like that. Like everywhere I've gone, I've been teaching the people about Rao Kalam. Swami is very particular about Rao Kalam, and he's very particular about the colors of the day. He said 2 things to always have success in life is see that you follow the Rao Kalam. He gave a very easy line. He says, mother saw father wearing turban twice Sunday. Every morning I'll come for darshan, ratorify and come, he'll say. And if I forgot, then he would repeat, and he said. So it's embedded in me that even today I don't do any work if it's Rao Kalam. I won't start any work. Like the only dicey day is Friday, because 10:30 to 12 is Rao Kalam. So 5 minutes also I just walk out of the house door, and then I will see that I don't leave in Rao Kalam. People say, what happens if the flight and all is there? I go early and sit at the airport. That's all. I try to avoid, because if I want things to go smoothly, then I avoid all these. So these are the things which Swami taught me. You will be surprised that there was, everyone's face is very serious, so I think I have to make it a little bit smiling. I'm talking a bit serious. Okay, I'll talk something jovial. I was fat from the beginning. Swami used to call me Pakoda. So he said that, Pakoda, now you must become thin. So I said, okay, Swami, I'll become thin. He says, your house is 2.2 kilometers away. You come walking in the morning. I'll stand at the gate for you to give you 2 glucose biscuits. So I said, okay. So Swami used to wait at the back gate of Vrindavan, and I used to come walking. He used to give me those 2 glucose biscuits, and he said, I am now going for darshan. And he used to walk out from the left gate and go for darshan, and I used to walk straight into Vrindavan. The Vrindavan is actually a palace. Now they have renovated it, but first it was a palace. So when I used to go in, I was Amma's favorite because Amma stayed in our house. I was her ladli, so immediately she said, what, 2 biscuits? What can you survive on 2 biscuits? So when I get support, I said, what will I survive also? Imagine I walk 2.2 kilometers and I get 2 biscuits. So she says, you don't worry. Today I have kept for you idlis and dosas. They are very nice idlis and dosas made. I said, I was very happy. In the meanwhile, another sister will come and tell me, today Mrs. Ratanlal has made lovely parathas. I kept for you parathas. Mrs. Poonamchand Kamani has made lovely puri bhaji. I have kept puri bhaji for you. So Aram say in the dining hall, I'm sitting with the 3 of them. Each one is feeding me. I used to eat Aram say. I used to have all. I used to have puri bhaji, I used to have paratha, and I used to have dosas. Because one is mother, the 2 are sisters. So I can't refuse them. So I was eating. Swami after 1 week thought like, oh, Rani has not reduced even 1 inch. 1 week has happened, she's walking 2.2 kilometers. So he just thought, let me give a surprise visit. He came from the back door. Now back door is rarely used. It is not never used. It's only when it's an emergency door for coming, and when the milkman comes and delivers the milk, because Gokulam was behind. Swami comes from that back door. He sees here Sammelan is going on. I am sitting, and mother one side and two sisters the other side, and they are all feeding me. Swami said, "What is this?" I said, "Swami, what is this?" He says, "You are eating. I wait at the door. My devotees are having darshan late, because if you are late, if there's a train going, I had to see that I left my house at such a time, because the Vrindavan Express used to go. Then that crossing is closed. Now we have the overbridge, but that time we didn't have overbridge, so we have to wait till the train goes. And if I am late, all the devotees get darshan late. So I had to see that I went early. And first I had the habit of, going under the barrier and going. So Swami said, don't do that. Don't go underneath, because you don't know when the train will start. So he says, that I will not tolerate. You don't do that. I'll wait here. Never mind. The people can have darshan late, because anyhow their cars are stuck the other side. So they also can come when the train passes. So you don't do those stunts, because as a kid, you want to go from underneath and reach the other side. So all that he never allowed. Then after that he said that, where was I forgot now. He said that you are eating this food, how will you reduce? I said, Swami, my hands are clean. I have not touched anything. You can't blame me anything. I said, see, they are feeding me. If someone feeds you with love, then what can you do? Can you say no? You can't say no. I said, Swami, you see, and Amma was shouting. She says, you are giving her 2 biscuits. How can she survive on 2 biscuits? So Swami says she has to reduce. She's becoming a pakoda. And Swami says, see me, and that time, it was coming, after a few years, it was going to be Swami's 50th birthday. He says, see me, I maintain my weight. I maintain my weight as per my age. And you see, once I touch 50, I will always see that I'm 50 kgs. But you are going on increasing. What is your age? I had not even touched 17. I had not even touched 15. He said, your age, your weight is 3 times your age, So I said, Swami, what to do? It's all love. So he says, I give up. No more am I going to take the trouble of standing there and giving you to eat something. To give you those 2 biscuits. You are a gone case. And I was a gone case. I had a lot of support. In 1968, when Swami came, Swami was to go to East Africa. So that time he left Amma in our house and went. So Amma was not happy to, go to, that Swami goes to Africa, because Swami was very young. I've seen Swami in his 30s, he was very, very young. And his hair was very, very curly. So Amma said, he's got curly hair. And, Africans are there, they have curly hair, they are dark, my son is dark. They may say he's our property and take him away. So she didn't want. She opposed his going to Africa. So Swami said, no, I have to go. Dr. Patel has invited me. I can't say no, I have to go. So she said, take Mr. Java and go, because my daddy is, tall and he's stout. So he can take care of you. So my daddy said, no, I can't. Swami said, no, I'll take Indullah Shah. He said, Indullah Shah, Amma said, he's so thin. What will he protect you? So Swami said, don't worry. Instead, I'm keeping you in Java's house. So Java will take care of you. And I promise you, I'll speak to you every day. So it was that Swami left. We went to the airport, left Swami at the international airport, and we came back home. We had a translator from one of our staff who could translate in Telugu. And plus, Amma always comes with one person from Prashanti Nilayam. So there was an auntie who was her companion. Daytime, we'll all go to school, and we are 4 sisters and 1 brother. So myself and one sister was in school. I was in the junior class, and she was in a senior class. And the other 2 sisters were going to college. So our routine had not to be stopped. So our routine, we were getting up, eating our breakfast, everything, going to school. She used to wait for us patiently to come back from our school and college, and she used to see. And then she used to, as usual, my clothes were kept ready, and then food was kept ready. I was overfed, because my parents could never say anything. They had no say. They had absolutely no say in my life. If they said anything, it was very easy. I just used to tell Swami, and they used to get the bombarding. So they were safer not coming in my way, because I said there's a different connection between Swami and me, and I want to maintain that connection. So my father says he's God. I used to argue that he's not God. So when Amma, I used to come back, Amma used to tell me stories of Swami's childhood and everything. We used to spend our time very well talking and all that. When Swami came back from Africa, Mummy went to my mother and grandmother took Amma to. We had gone to school, so had taken Amma to the airport, and on the return, Swami, Amma sitting in the car, and my father in the front seat. So Amma told Swami that I want one promise from you. So Swami said, "What is it?" Because he always obeyed his mother, and I learned that lesson from Swami, that you have to respect and take care of your mother and father. So I said, Swami said, "What do you want?" She said, "I saw how Java's children, they're all girls because we were 4 girls, that they are so independent. They dress themselves up, they go to school, they come back, they do their homework, and they are all educated. Our girls are not educated. Our girls are only doing housework and everything. Why don't you put up a college for our girls and a school for our girls?" So Swami said, "Done. You want a college? I will put up a college for you." So he said, "Java, you go and see for a land for college." And where? Anandpur. Now we are from Mumbai. What do we know about Anandpur? We don't know even how to speak Telugu. So my father said yes, because my father never said no to Swami any time. So he immediately he left. Within 1 month he found this property, and Swami liked the property, and the property was taken, and today we have the Anandpur College over there. Now see Swami, I wanted to go and study in Anandpur College. He never allowed me to go to that college. I said, "Swami, it's your college and everything, and it's a girls' college. I can go there and study." "No, no, no, Java will miss you." So I used to think, I really thought my father would miss me. But actually, it was not my father who would miss me. It was actually, you can say, Swami who would miss me. Jaya auntie was very strict. She never allowed anyone to, especially because a lot of VIP's children were in the college. She never allowed us to allow them to go to Whitefield. She used to say, "No, no, you attend when the bus goes to Puttaparthi, you're going to Puttaparthi. You can't go before." So actually, I would never be able to go to Puttaparthi. So that is why Swami would miss me. So he said, "You don't study over there. Java will miss you." So I used to fight with my father. Then I realized it was not Java, but he would miss me, because actually we both could not stay without each other. You will be shocked. I was selected by Arthur the Little, which is an institute of MIT and Harvard's, and he actually pressurized me to go. But I stayed 1 month. 1 month I studied, and I came back. Everyone will think I'm a fool. They'll think I'm senile, but at that age I can't be senile. So I said, "No, I can't stay." I came back. My father was upset, Swami was upset. He said, "Why?" I said, "Swami, be it Harvard or be it anything, I can't stay. Every month I must see you. Once a month I must see you, so I can't stay." Then Swami said, he told my father, "She can't stay without me, let her be there." Like even when Swami took Mahasamadhi, that time I felt cheated. Why? Swami said he'll go at the age of 96. What happened now is not 96. Then Swami explained to me the solar and the lunar calculation of age. So that is the time I calculated my age. And from that day, my mind, that's why I say always think positive. My mind thought that I was 75 years old. And that's how I became old just overnight. I could not sit on the floor at all. I used to sit for 5 hours on the floor. But after that day when I calculated my age, I could not sit. So then when Swami told this thing, you won't believe, till Guru Purnima, every night during the day, he came in my dream. And he said, "No, I'm there with you, you don't worry." And he said, "Why did I train you in inner view?" Because, when we were small, we used to be giving Swami, every day we used to go to the interview room and press Swami's feet. My job as a child was to always do Pada Seva of Swami, because broad, heavy, so, you could press his feet. And he said, see, all these ladies, they put lipstick on my leg because you're all kissing my feet and all that. So then, cleaning all that lipstick marks and all. And then we ladies have long nails, all our scratches on his feet. So I used to see all that. And I think I must have spent more than 10 years in the interview room every day doing Swami's feet massage. Then I told Swami, now I'm 17 years old. I don't want interviews. So he said, you don't want interview? Everyone dies for an interview to come over here. Swami interview, Swami interview, Swami interview. I'm giving you interview, you don't want interview. I said, oh Swami, that time I was small. It was easy to, maneuver and run away from these elders who come and catch you. I said, Swami, as soon as you come out of the interview room, everyone, hey, what happened inside? What happened inside? What did Swami say? He muttered, hey, say anything, they'll ask, push, they'll do. So it was very difficult, at that age to answer these questions. I said, Swami, it's a private. You are talking to someone. It's a personal thing. How can I tell them what happened inside the interview room? So I don't want interview. He says, this is very shocking. Then he said that time, you start developing inner view. And that's how he trained me in inner view. So during the Guru Purnima, till Guru Purnima, when Swami took Samadhi, he said, why did I teach you the inner view? Now you start practicing the inner view. So it was very easy. First, I was very dependent. Daddy was every time coming to Swami. So anything, Swami, what to do, tell Daddy. Daddy used to ask Swami, Swami used to answer. But after 2003, my father went first. So that is the time when Swami told me that now you better have a direct link with me. You should not go through Java. So I started asking Swami directly, talking to my conscious and talking to him. But then he made me practice more of it. After 2011, I practiced more on the inner view. That for me now is 24/7, he is there with me. Anything is there, like I don't prepare for the talk. I say, Swami, now what do I talk? I don't know. And I feel that I have spoken so much that everyone knows me in and out. Now what do I speak? He says, don't worry, because what doubts you people have in your mind, it is him speaking. So those things only come out, because my life is like every second, every moment of my life is linked with his life. So I don't know exactly what to tell you all, but he takes care of the whole thing, and he makes me speak only of those things which you all may be having questions in your mind. I don't know. I cannot know what's the question in your mind, but he knows, and he gets those things only out. So I started practicing more inner view, and I tell all of you all, don't go towards the physical form. Everyone, after Swami left, they say we need a guru because we need someone whom we can talk physically. Why? Why do you need someone to talk? Why can't you talk to your heart? Why can't you have a Hridayavasi? Why do you want to go to another person and ask him? Swami says, no, it's Hridayavasi. Always remember the story of Draupadi and say Hridayavasi. When she said, she called him Hridayavasi, Krishna came to help. But till she said Vrindavan and she said other places, Krishna never came to her rescue. So same way, if you say Parti Baba, Shirdi Baba, they are coming. They are coming. They'll come on their own time. Please don't make mistake of calling them Parti Baba, or sometimes we are so hasty. Parti Baba didn't say, Shirdi Baba, please come help me. Shirdi Baba, please come help me. No, no, no. If you do that, he's coming from Shirdi. And there is so much of traffic jam on the way for him to reach to London. So please say Hridayavasi, tell Shirdi Baba, tell Sai Baba, Hridayavasi, please come to my rescue. And you see, he'll be there in a minute, in a second, and he'll come to your rescue. So this mistake don't make in your life. These are few things which I'm telling you all. So, you all can make your further life better and easier, because life is such a complicated situation today. Everywhere there is complication. So these are small, small things. They are very small things, but they are very, very helpful. It will help you to, come out of all your difficulties. Now, during COVID, everyone was so disturbed and all that. What was I doing? In Prashanti Nilayam, I had only one job. I was only sitting, people were sending me messages, this family, so and so. I don't even know any of those people. From any part of the world, I used to get phone call. I say, okay, I'll pray. I say, Swami, this person is not well. That person is on ventilator, that person. Whoever contacted me, fortunately, they all got saved. I did only that one seva. I said, I can only do this seva. We were not allowed to go. Now you will be surprised why I could not walk. I could have started walking. But during the COVID time, Swami said, do not put your step outside your threshold. Now you know how small the Prashanti rooms are. In that small room, I sat for 3 years. 3 years, And I'm staying in the round building, so I had plenty of space to walk. Plenty of space to walk, and we could go out on this and sit out and listen to the bhajans and all that, because Mandir was closed, but we could sit out and listen to the bhajans. But I didn't do, because I got a warning, you are not stepping out of the threshold. And why he warned me? Because in my building everyone got COVID. I was the only one who didn't get COVID. And he knew it would be difficult for me, because once you got COVID, we were shifted to the COVID hospital. In Prashanti only, in outside, or they put us in the north block. And Swami knew I could not manage on my own. And you won't believe, my maid was given permission to come in to do the household chores and go. She used to come for 1 hour, do everything and go. They took very good care of us. So if people were laughing at me, what, Rani, come out in the sun, you have to take vitamin D, sit out in the sun for COVID. I said, but the Dhanvantri over there has said not to get out. From where will I get out? I have to sit in my room only. And the room is very crowded, because I lived in a 3-bedroom apartment, and that 3-bedroom apartment had to all fit into this 1 bedroom which he has given me. And this he gave me, actually this apartment was given to us in 1990, it was given to us. And Swami told me, Pakoda, you do one thing, go to Bangalore, and from Ram Ceramics you buy everything and make it into a flat like Mumbai. Because he knew my father is going to fall sick and he's going to stay 11 months here. So my room is just like a flat in Mumbai. It's small, but it has got all the styling and everything is done. I never realized, and when we had a bigger room, Swami said, no one is going to come Java. The only person who's going to come is Pakoda. And he said, I need her in my view. Swami's room is Purnachan Auditorium, and when he comes out from Darshan, from there he can see straight into my room. When he goes out, he can see me. So I stand at the window, do my namaskar, then he knows Pakoda is going to walk like this slowly. He'll come in the car slowly in the front, see me standing at the front door, give me blessings, because Swami goes out a lot during the days. You all have darshan only during darshan time, but we have more darshan when Swami goes on his rounds outside. So I never realized, and Swami used to tell my father, that this time Pakoda is sleeping, she should sleep early, she sleeps late. I sleep very late. So then I used to wonder how he knows. It was only now when we had the elections, I had planned to go to Bangalore to give my vote. So I was leaving at 5 in the morning, because I wanted to be back to my house by afternoon. So my friend was staying in the house. Suddenly I realized that, oh my Lord, I didn't take the slip of my voting slip. So I asked the driver, turn the car back. So when he turned, we turned from the center, and my friend was in the washroom. And then I said, all these years I was wondering how Swami was giving exact to the last minute, because from his gate you can see my light on. So this is how he did. It took me so many years to understand how he was getting the time. My father also said he's God and he knows everything. I used to, we are as kids, we are very analytical. We want everything to be analyzed and given us to, like a theorem that how he has found out. Then I realized, it was only now for the elections I realized that my light can be seen in Swami's room. He used to keep a watch. He's very possessive. If he takes you in his fold, he's very possessive. And he used to take so much care. Like even now when I've come, I've taken his permission and I have come that I'm going to London and should I go to London? He remembered, he has given this as my last birth, because he promised me that I have moksha. So he said, this time don't go to Switzerland. You go to London, because in your bucket list you have got Scotland. I forgot when you're young as a teenager and all, you have all dreams and all, no, to see. If we had never seen men in skirts, like that was men in skirts I must see. So it was like some wonder, like at that age. So he said, you have a bucket list of going to Scotland, and this is your last birth, complete that dream. So I called up Sandhya. I said, Sandhya, this time instead of going to Switzerland, Swami's asked me to come to London. Can I be your guest? And she was very, very sweet. She says, yes, you can be my guest. And I'm very thankful to her that she said yes, and I'm here. And then I told her, but Sandhya, I have to go to Scotland. Then, Rani, Scotland? I mean, I have not been to Scotland. I said, I don't know. I'm coming to London because I have to go to Scotland also. So we went to Scotland, and you'll be surprised I had a talk there also. You know, the way he plans, and I was so happy to be to be like, he knew what was in my bucket list. He knew exactly. I had forgotten, but he knew. He says, because you have to clear all your. First of all, he told me that it's going to be a lot of problems. I have to clear all your last birth's mistakes and all. So I said, Swami, are you holding my hand? He says, yes, I'll hold your hand. I'll hold your hand and I'll see you through. I say, if you're holding my hand, so the burden is shared half-half, I have no problem. So he says, yes, I'll be there. So with full faith, I accepted to take the moksha. Now, my father used to always hire the plane for Swami to come to Bombay. So I used to tell Daddy that, Daddy, you're hiring the plane, why can't I travel? He says, I can't help it, but always whenever I put your name on the list, your name is cut off by uncle in Dubai. So I used to feel a bit bad. Then I told Swami straight away. I said, Swami, my sisters have traveled with you. My brother has traveled with you. Of course, Mummy is always traveling with Daddy to leave Swami. I said, what about me? I want to go in the flight with you. Why I can't come? What's wrong with me? So what sin have I committed? Why are you worried? These people like this physical aeroplane. This is that aeroplane created by man. When your soul departs, no, I am coming in my Vahan to take your soul up. So you don't bother about this flight. The last flight, I am there with you. You won't believe, I was still very young, but those words stuck in my heart. And I never ever again asked him the question why I cannot travel with you. Because I know when I said, Swami, you will take me across, he said, I will take you across. And I was very happy because I did the Garuda Puran. I know however life is difficult on earth now, the same life is difficult going up also. Going is also a difficult path. But now I'm confident I'll have no problem. Swami is there with me. He told me that, Rani, you were with me in Shirdi Sai. Pedama was there. She was very fond of me. So he says, dekho, Pedama with the big bindi was there. Now my bindis become small because in foreign countries there's so much of racism and all that. So the bindis become smaller. So Swami said that you'll have a bindi and you'll sit and you'll recognize me as Prema Sai. So because at the age of 50 I was supposed to have died. So Swami extended my life. He asked Yama, I lost all my wealth, so I was a bit worried. Like, I had the Midas touch in me. And suddenly from Midas touch, I just lost everything. So I was a little bit disturbed. My father used to tell me, you don't touch me, because if you touch me, I'll turn into a gold statue. Means I had so much of, good luck in me. So I felt very, sad that what has happened, why, how I overnight lost my wealth. So a message came in my email that you go to Chamraj Pet. And then this one foreigner asked Bhutia auntie that who is Rani Java? I have to meet her. So Bhutia auntie told me, ki Rani, you come and stand here because there's a foreigner who wants to meet you. So I said, okay auntie. I waited over there and this foreign lady came and she told me, ki you're Rani Java? I said, yeah. She said, Swami said to give you the address of this Nadi person. He's in Chamrajpet, that you have to go over there. I said, now Nadi person I have to go. First of all, I was very hurt and disappointed that, I lost everything. So I said, okay. Then I rang up the Nadi person and I asked him, ki, sir, what is your fees? He said 500 first time, then after that 100 rupees. So I said, okay, I can take a risk of 500 rupees because when I lost everything, I'll be very careful on what I spend. So I didn't want to spend on astrology and all that because I'm a numerologist myself. So I said I can do on my own and find out what happened to me. So then I went to this Nadi person. So he said, I can see an aura around you. Now that is, but naturally if I have been brought up by the God himself, I will have an aura only, So I said, yes, sir. He says, you have the aura of your guru. I said, yes, sir. He says, your guru is Satya Sai Baba, but naturally I will know my guru because I'm there with him. So I said, yes, sir. Then he said that, did you know that you were going to pass away at the age of 50? I said, yes, sir. I knew. That is why I did all the Tirth Yatra before the age of 50. Swami asked me, why do you want to go? I said, why did you take Amma to Badrinath? You answer me that question. Now, our family was not, it was tabooed for our family. My family, whoever went, they died on the way. So Swami said, it is taboo for your family. I've gone 3 times. He said, how can you go? I said, Swami, if you say no, that taboo will all break. I'm going. So he said, okay, go. So whenever, like when I wanted to Kailash, from 3-4 years, he was saying no. Then in the flight, my mother said, this is a good opportunity. You better ask Swami. If we reach Bombay and she'll ask us about this question, she's going to get very angry. So I told Mommy, now you're there with Daddy. Daddy forgets, but you are there. You better see that you'll ask Swami. So then my father said, Swami, Rani wants to go to Kailash. Why? My father said, Swami, that why question only you know of Rani, no? Because her why is no answer to her why. Then Swami thought, then he said, okay, let her go, but tell her not to do the parikrama. I didn't do the parikrama. I went and I came, and he had to come to save me. Because there was it rained very heavily, the road got washed away. So I told the people, anyhow, I've told my parents that it's alvida. If I come back, I come back. If I don't come back, I don't come back. So don't miss me, because anyhow, I never lived with them. So it was, a good way to say bye-bye. And when I reached the Mumbai airport to catch my flight, Mumbai never has a blackout. Suddenly this Bombay lights went off. My father said, see, bad sign, very bad sign, very bad sign. See, the lights have gone. Bombay never has a blackout. I said, see, you don't talk to me about sign and everything. First of all, he got very angry with me because I had to take him to the court to make my will. They don't give you a ticket without a will. He said, I didn't make a will and you're making your will. I said, but I won't get a ticket, so I have to make my will. Who cares? You write everything and keep it. I have to make a registered will. So then he said, okay, you won't believe, whatever light went or anything, I went to Kailash. I said, I am going. So when coming back, this road was broken. At that time, I said, let's see if there's a Sherpa to hold my hand, because I need someone to hold my hand. So there was one Sherpa. I said, you hold my hand. There was another Sardar. He said, Didi, I will hold your hand. I said, no, you had small children who came to the airport. I saw your daughter was very small, and this road is bad. If I fall, I'll take you also together with me. He said, but remember, we had reached on Purnima day, Raksha Bandhan day. He said, but you tied Raksha Bandhan to me. And everyone in the group refused to leave me back and go. They said, no, we are taking you with us. You have to come. I said, but my leg will not walk. My leg cannot take uneven ground. It cannot take. Those days I used to run, but I could not walk on an uneven ground. I said, it will not take. I can't do. So I was walking, but I was going on saying Sairam, Sairam. And as stones were rolling, I was going on thinking about this Sardarji who was holding my hand and taking me. All of a sudden, another Sherpa came, curly hair, and he said, and dark, and he said, I'll help you. I said, okay. He gave me his hand, so strong hold, and he said, you don't look to the right, don't look to the left, put your foot in my footprints and walk. He said, just concentrate on my footprints, and wherever I put my foot, you put your foot and walk. 2.5 kilometers I walked on Swami's footprints, because it was Swami who came as a Sherpa. I walked across, he took me, I reached first. I crossed the path first time. I reached there, and immediately he put me in the bus, because the whole body was shaking, because my legs start shaking. Even now in Patti, if it rains and I've gone for darshan, so it starts shaking. Even that small walk from the darshan hall to my car, my legs start shaking. So I said that I had that nice ginger tea, and I went down to pay that lady the money. So I said, Amma, how much money? She said, no, it has already been paid. I said, who paid? She said, Sherpa paid. Then I said, where's the Sherpa? I need to pay him money. She said, the Sherpa vanished. So I said, oh my Lord, the Sherpa vanished, I didn't pay him. Tube light, no, it did not work. That choke was spoilt, that it is Swami who has come. Then as soon as I reached Kathmandu, I rang up my father. I said, Dad, tomorrow when you are going in the morning for darshan, you please thank Swami. And he made me walk in his footprints, and that's how I crossed this path. I told you not to go. I told you not to go. I said, no, but I came. No, I'm in Kathmandu. He says, you're not waiting for the group to come. The first flight you get, you catch that and you come. I'm coming to the airport to receive you. I said, but just give me time. I have come with the group. I have to go back with the group. No, I don't care. You are coming back on your own. You are smart enough to catch a flight. And I'm ringing up the Delhi office and telling them to book you for the flight, because it's Kathmandu, Delhi. There was no direct flight those days. So I had to come back. And when Daddy went in the morning to Swami and in Vrindavan, as soon as my father entered, so Swami said, Java, kya samachar? So my father was wanting, to say, हाँ मालूम 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 पकौड़ा बोला वो उधर साई राम करता गया और मैं जाके हेल्प किया बट उसको पता नहीं चला कि स्वामी आया है मैं बोला मेरा फुटप्रिंट्स में आने के लिए और मेरा फुटप्रिंट्स में पाँव डाल के मैं उनको क्रॉस कराया My father said, Swami, thank you very much, and then Rani has also said her thanks and all. What to do? I told her 5 years I cancel her trip to go to Kailash Mansover. But she was adamant means adamant. Every time he said, why did you go to Badrinath? Why did you go to Badrinath? And those days when Swami went to Badrinath, it was not easy. Like today, the car goes right up. You just cross the bridge and go to the Mandir. Those days when Swami went, it was a very tough time. That's why he didn't take our family because it was tough walking. And in our family, we are all fat. So he says, y'all can't walk, so he didn't take us. So then I used to always, anything, I used to say, Swami, why did you go? If you had not gone, I would have not gone. But you went means it is important. And I had that, I was very fond of the Himalayas. I used to go very often. Every year I used to go to the Himalayas. So Swami said, be careful, Java, she's going to become a sadhu. So he says, somehow or the other, we have to stop her from going to the Himalayas. So he shifted from Himalayas to Switzerland. So 9 years I've been only going, 9 times I've gone to Switzerland. So he said, I told you not to go, still you wanted to go, so I had to go and save her. So this is the out of body when Swami comes. People, y'all may think, you'll wait for that form, that Swami is going to come in that orange robe and that hair. No, he'll not come in that form. He will come in any form. But all of y'all, please keep your tube lights well, don't we have chokes problem like mine, because recognize, if anytime you get help in any form, remember it's no one else but Swami. Just keep your eyes open, man ki aankhon khula rakh, so you can recognize Swami. Don't be a fool like me, that I didn't recognize him and I had to be told by him. So I'm just giving you one instance where it's something different. How much time is there? Sorry, I've been told that there is only 5 minutes more and I have to wind up. So I would like to wind up by telling you all about the importance of the samadhi. People thought, why come to Puttaparthi, because it's just a samadhi, Swami is not there. No, everything is there. Why do we go to Shirdi? You have Shirdi temple here. Yeah, Shirdi Baba is just here. Why should I go to Shirdi and come? Everywhere, any part of the world, you'll see a small Shirdi temple. But still, we all have that icha that I have to go to Shirdi, to the samadhi. Same way, now it's Swami's samadhi. During Swami's time, we used to be sitting far and all. We never knew if Swami has seen us or not, because all the VVIPs used to sit in the front and we had to go and sit somewhere behind. So we used to always feel like, do you think Swami saw us? After darshan, we'll tell our neighbor, you think Swami saw us? You think Swami's eyes met our eyes? We used to discuss that way. And we used to be sitting from 5 o'clock in the morning for Swami's darshan. But today it is the other way around. The whole power is centralized. It is not spread. When Swami was alive, his power was all spread. So a small atom or a molecule used to come to us as blessing. But today it's all centralized in the samadhi. He's there in the samadhi. Like people say, why go to Prashanti Nilayam? No, it is very important, because Swami gave one promise to his mother. He'll never leave Puttaparthi. He'll never leave Puttaparthi. And he has not left Puttaparthi. He's still there in Puttaparthi. And today, what tapasya you all did those days, today you all are going to receive the fruit of that tapasya. Because today he's waiting for you. Those days we used to wait for him 5 hours. When is Swami coming? Oh, Swami is not come today. I bet some VIP is gone inside straight. We'll have all those thoughts. But today is the other way around. Swami keeps waiting for us. My devotee, has he come? My devotee, has he come? My devotee hasn't come. And when you all come, of course, today the protocol is that you don't touch the samadhi because of COVID. But COVID is not going to last forever. The time will again come back that we can touch the samadhi. So don't think that, what's the use of going to party, we can't touch the samadhi. No. You can. You touch it with your eyes closed. Imagine that you are touching the samadhi and feel the power. Because it's for your own good. Because we don't know which devotee has got the virus. And if by chance the perspiration has fallen on the marble or anything and you go and touch your head, you may get it. And you say, all this time, 3 rounds of COVID I did not get. And I came that, okay, now everything is open. I've come to Puttaparthi to have Swami's darshan and see what Swami did. He gave me COVID. No, it's your foolishness. So people, they keep grumbling that what is this? Why are they being so strict? It is right. It is for our good. You won't believe in Puttaparthi till date now. I can walk, but I am using the wheelchair. Why? Because they told me, Rani, you're safe in the wheelchair. Don't walk. Because if you walk, I'm sitting on those chairs, plastic chairs. They say so many people have sat. So we don't know who is the carrier. So you sit. I had my surgery sitting on the wheelchair. The doctor told me, you go on that bed. I said, doctor, that bed, I don't know how many of the villagers lay down on that bed. I will not have a surgery over there. You please do my surgery on the chair. He's saying, I have never done surgery on the wheelchair. I said, don't worry. Here, see Swami, I'm holding him. Swami is there. You only stand and just hold the instruments and you don't worry. It's Swami who's doing the surgery. In the history of General Hospital, first surgery was done of mine on the wheelchair. So Swami protects us, you know. It's for our own good that they have made these rules. So don't feel that because you can't touch the samadhi, I should not come. Come. You all are welcome. And now Puttaparthi has changed so much. There are lifts in most of the buildings because there were many old people. We were only 300 people in Puttaparthi, just 300 people. They took so much care of us during the COVID time. In water, vibhuti in water they put, and every Thursday, the sevadals there were very few sevadals, very, very few sevadals. They used to come and they used to pour outside our house doors, and they were so strict that they never allowed us to go out. First we used to grumble, and first I also grumbled that, you know, the threshold, not to cross the threshold. 3 years I'm sitting inside. First of all, for 1 year I was flat on the bed. The next year I was semi-flat on the bed. And then third year I could walk. Swami said, don't cross the threshold. They used to say, Rani, come and have the sun. I said, no, I'm eating vitamin D because Swami had, when I was 50, Swami had recommended all these tablets. So I said, Aunty, I'm taking vitamin D tablet. I'm happy. I don't want to come and have the sun because Swami has told me not to cross. You will be surprised. I will not understand. As a human being, I will not understand. But I had uncle and auntie upstairs. That uncle was a director in the super hospital. One day my friend's son, he took me in the wheelchair to see his match. He shouted, what is the necessity of going on the wheelchair? I said, uncle, he's a small child, and he was pushing. He got so scared because uncle shouted from up. You are not supposed to move. You are supposed to be lying down straight. I never even met that uncle. How did he know that I have to lie down straight? He shouted from up, go and lie in the bed. You cannot go. I said, on the wheelchair I'm going. No, you can't go. So that poor small boy, he wheeled me back to the room and I lay down. Like this, you know, you'll be surprised. I shifted on 31st March, July, Swami sends 2 doctors he shifted them from outside quarters, outside house. They had their flat. He sent them inside. And what happens? Doctor he was the HOD of General Hospital, and his wife is an eye specialist. I asked them that, how that you have left your flat and came? They said, we don't know. We were told to come in, we came in and sat. I said, no, you all came in for taking care of me. They were taking care of me all throughout COVID. They were we didn't know each other. But what happened, we were only 4 people staying in our building, in the round building, that we became one family. 3 of them, the 3 families got COVID. Why Swami asked me not to go to the threshold? I did not get COVID. And I'm really surprised. I never go out anyway without my mask. And I don't know what happened this time. In the flight I came, I had the mask on. Then it was a very surprising thing that all of a sudden when I was just entering the flight, I was upgraded to first class business. I was so happy because I never traveled by business. I said, Swami, you are taking so much care of me. So in the business class, you can take out your mask and sleep. So I took out my mask and I kept it inside there. I forgot to wear it when I came out. And I have now roamed full of London without my mask. I've gone to Scotland without my mask. When I come, I see people wearing masks. I say, tomorrow I must remember I'm going to Chicago. I should see that I have my mask on. It's in all these years, first time these 12 days that I have not worn a mask. Otherwise, in Parthi we used to wear double mask. It's all for our own good. Never feel bad. I really appreciate Mr. Ratnakar, the work he's doing. Ratnakar is very young. I have seen him as a child because I have seen his father, mother, everyone. But I have so much regard for him because I'm seeing the amount of work he's doing. I really respect him a lot, because he has really changed. Changing, he was so thoughtful, like all the people became old, the teachers became old, so they were requesting, can you give us a flat on the ground floor? Now, if he gives all the teachers flat on the ground floor, what happens to the other devotees? So he came up with a good thing that let's put lift in all the buildings. He has put solar in all the buildings, so we have hot water continues for our shower. You know, everything so thoughtfully he did. We people who are in the ashram, inside the ashram, I think I may be the youngest, but all are aged. So instead we can't go to the COVID hospital, which is outside super specialty. He made one of the north building as a COVID place for us to be quarantined. And breakfast, lunch and dinner was coming from the canteen. He looked to everything, and he has done so much of renovation in Parthi. It's so hard to believe, and I really appreciate. He used to come every day. In COVID time, he used to come, he used to check everything and he used to go back. He's a young boy, he's a very, very young boy. And I say hats off to him that, he was doing all this work. So it's a last welcome to everyone to Prashanti Nilayam. I'd like to see all of you all in Prashanti Nilayam. So come there, take Swami's blessings. And I think since the time is up, I've got enough of signals. So I better end. Thank you. Any questions? Sorry, any questions anyone has? Sorry, just 5 minutes if anyone has a question. Any questions? No questions. Shall all? Oh, okay. Tell me. Don't be shy. Tell me.
You were talking about the inner view. Swami taught you step by step.
Yeah.
Could you give us some clues on that, please?
First thing is you have to clear your heart of the Maya. Maya is surrounding our soul. So first clear the heart of the Maya. Clear the attachments. Have ceiling on desires. Release all the nonsense which we have accumulated over there. Main thing is clean it. Clear it of all that. Once you clear your soul, you will start hearing. He's already seated. But because we have the attachments, we have the Maya and everything, we are not able to hear that voice. But if you concentrate on the soul and you will start, after you have cleared all the Maya and everything, you'll hear his voice. Then start talking to the voice. Maybe the first time, second time, third time, he's testing you. He may not listen to you. But don't lose hope. Continue talking. So then he'll start. And then you will always have him seated in your heart and you'll always hear him speak. Any other question? Yes, sir.
Everyone say human being born, reborn of their own karmas.
Yes.
How do you classify to change your karma, what you had in the past, to make a new beginning in this life?
By following the righteous path,
Yeah.
you do that. And you will automatically change your last birth karmas.
Do you think the karma which you carry let you do the right karma?
Yes. If where there's a will, there's a way. Rani Java is not supposed to walk, she's sitting in front of you. So where there's a will, there's a way. Positivity is there, you can.
Everyone is not Rani.
No, everyone is an individual and everyone has the Lord seated in him and he'll have the power to do it.
That's what I meant. How to motivate public, how to motivate Sai brother families to come into that fold, which encourage them.
It has to be their awakening. You can take the horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink. So it has to be their awakening. You can tell them, but you cannot pressurize them to do it. Unless and until he is awakened. See, my father said that he was not ready for moksha. The Jyoti links, when Swami showed us, my father straight away said, I am not ready for moksha. I was only 17 years old. Do you think I knew the meaning of moksha? At the age of 17, you think I'll know what's moksha? I didn't know. I was taking Swami as my friend. It was only after I attended the summer course, then I realized that he is God. It's only after that I realized he's God. So I said, I did not know the meaning of moksha at that time. So then I asked Swami, whatever it is, will you hold my hand and take me across? He said, I'll hold your hand and take me across. And these are not my words, it is his words. Because he wanted to prove the point to my father. Then that time he said, surrender is 100%, not 99%. 99% is 0%. So you can tell someone, but you cannot push him. Even your own children, you cannot tell them anything. You can explain to them, you can tell them. And it's better that you be an example to them. If you are an example to them, then people will follow you. But if you preach one thing and you practice another thing, then people's faith will go away. So always see that you preach and you practice what you say. That was Swami's main teaching.
His when the kripa comes from him, the enlightenment in the devotees start. How to get his kripa, his grace?
I just not told you, no? His kripa is already there. He's already sitting in your heart. But you have dust on it. Start clearing that dust. You'll see, you'll get his kripa. Because what happens when you start praying? You say, Swami, my son is wanting to start a new business and I'm having these problems. We again get into attachments and we start talking about our attachments. How many of us, we go to the temple, Ganeshji, please, my exams are there, please let me pass, please let me pass. Or Ganeshji, is my daughter's exams, please let her pass. It's like that. We are doing a bargaining with God. So where is it that you are seeing where have you removed the dust from your heart? If I have faith, I'm sure, Ganeshji is fine. My daughter is going for the exam, whatever she does is your will. You know what's best for her. Finished. But when we go, we say, no, please, she has to become a doctor. See that she gets a good percentage. We are actually bargaining with God. So that is not called as... No, I'm not a noble soul.
I tell you that when you talk noble soul, what do you mean by noble soul? Awakening. You have something in your mind.
I'm only guiding from my experience.
If you have enlightenment, if you noble soul is, you know something. Because I remember your father. Sorry.
Conversation. We're conscious of the time, but there's a gentleman behind a brother who'd like to ask a question. One last question.
One last question,
Yeah.
a short one. I have answered most of your questions
Yes,
earlier.
absolutely. We've been very, very graced today. Thank you.
How much free will do we have in this life? Like, if everything is preordained karmically, how much free will do we have?
I can't get you. Anyone can tell me?
Yeah, the question is about free will.
Free will. It's all your will. It's my will to be in conversation with Swami. It's your will not to be in conversation with him. It's my free will to go to temples. I've seen all the temples of India. No, I'm talking about now. I'm so happy. My will was to see temples abroad. I'm seeing in London. In USA also I go to many temples. It's your will. There is no free will. The chains you put. Will is free only. You put all those chains to it. And you make yourself a slave. So just take out the bondage and it's a free will.
Thank you so much. What a lovely, lovely evening we've had with you, Auntie. And you shared so much insight with us. And something that came into my mind, we've all been through lockdown. We've not had the opportunity to travel to Prashanti. When beautiful souls that travel from Prashanti on the wings of and come to United Kingdom and help us to recharge our battery. Auntie, thank you for being a lovely charging portal for us. We will all look forward to going back to Prashanti as soon as we can when our circumstances we are able to go and travel with our family members. So thank you for reminding us.
Oh, just 1 minute. She said of recharging your battery. Well, from childhood, Swami used to call us to Parthi when Swami was there. He says, because your battery has failed, come to Parthi, get your battery recharged.
Yes.
And when Swami doesn't talk to you, when Swami ignores you, then you have to remember that you are in the garage. Because that's the only way you come to know you're in the garage when Swami ignores you. Because if you're not in the garage, patak, he does recharging of your battery. Because you spoke about recharge of the battery, that incident came in my life that I had to go nearly every second, third month to Party to recharge my battery.
No, you've been a wonderful portal charge for us today and gave us another boost. Thank you, Sister Rani. Thank you for your time.
So I see all of you all in Party soon.
Absolutely. With Swami's grace and enthusiasm that we all have for the love for Swami, we will be there.
You know, he'll open the path. If you have the will, he will show you the way.
Absolutely.
He will show you the way.
I mean, I wanted to summarize some key points, but I think there's only one key point here: positivity. Overcoming your obstacles with positivity. You've shared some insight as to the challenges you faced and how Swami held your hand throughout these challenges. And I love what you say, Swami is your friend. And we all can have a Sakha. We can all have a friend in Swami. Let's find that friendship, that link with Swami. So I don't want to add any more and say any more, but just say thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Sai Ram. And if there's anything else.
Thank you, London. It was a beautiful trip. And Auntie, thank you for inviting me to this temple. Thank you very, very much. I'm so happy that I'm leaving London after coming over here to this beautiful temple. And this is Prasad from Mandir, and it's from inside the Mandir. When the aunties who take care of the Mandir, Abhishekam and all, when they came to know that I am going to London, because I have to tell them I will not be there for 3 months. So I told them that I will not be there. So I'm going to UK and USA. So this is the prasad they have given for all of you all. Please share it and all of you all take. And don't worry, this package will be equal for everyone, because so far it has been equal. Okay, thank you very much. Jai Sai Ram.
समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु
समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय।
विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्